Welcome to the video. Today we reveal the shocking truth about high-interest credit card debt and why paying it off immediately can be the best risk-free return you will ever find. We will also discuss how it impacts your credit score, whether to keep or close accounts after payoff, and how to protect your emergency fund while regaining control. Let's begin. First, we will define why paying off high-interest debt is a risk-free return. Next, we will examine how this move can lift your credit score quickly. Then, we will compare strategies for keeping or closing accounts once balances are at zero. After that, we will share a step-by-step action plan. Additionally, we will clarify how to handle your emergency fund. Finally, we will test your knowledge with quick quizzes. High-interest credit card debt, often above 25% APR, compounds monthly and quickly erodes your cash flow. As the flowchart shows, compounding leads to a rapidly growing balance, which causes stress and a major opportunity cost. By paying off this debt now, you capture a risk-free return approximately equal to the interest rate you're no longer paying, which is extremely difficult to match consistently in the markets. Consider the math. If your APR is around 25 to 30%, then every dollar you eliminate from that balance effectively saves you that same rate in future interest, which functions like a guaranteed return. Compounding works against you when balances remain, so eliminating the balance immediately prevents additional interest from accruing. This action improves your monthly cash flow, frees up money for savings and investing, and creates a meaningful psychological boost that helps you sustain better financial habits. A major driver of your credit score is utilization. When you pay down revolving balances to zero, your utilization ratio drops sharply, often to near zero. This reduction can lead to rapid increases in your score, sometimes moving a person from the high 600s to above 800, assuming other factors like payment history are strong. To maintain these gains, continue paying on time and avoiding new late payments. Quiz time. Which credit factor is most positively impacted immediately after paying off credit card balances? Option A, length of credit history. Option B, credit utilization. Option C, credit mix. Option D, number of hard inquiries. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is B, credit utilization. When balances fall to zero, the utilization ratio drops significantly, which is commonly associated with quick improvements in credit scores. Before we proceed, this video is for educational purposes only. It is not individualized financial, legal, or tax advice. Everyone's situation is different. Consult a licensed professional for advice specific to your circumstances. There are two strategic paths once your balances are zero. Keeping accounts open can optimize your score by preserving the age of credit and maintaining higher total credit limits, which helps keep utilization low. However, if history shows you struggle with overspending, or if temptation is strong, closing the accounts can be a prudent behavioral decision. While a slight score impact is possible, the reduction in risk and improved financial stability can be far more valuable in the long run. This timeline will illustrate the recommended sequence. First, identify all debts and APRs. Next, build or verify a starter emergency fund. Then, attempt to negotiate lower rates, or consider a balance transfer option if fees and timelines make sense. Over the next 1 to 3 months, aggressively pay down the highest APR debt first, while maintaining minimums on others. Once revolving balances reach zero, decide whether to keep or close accounts based on discipline and goals. Finally, automate payments and redirect freed-up cash towards savings and investments. Here is a concrete sequence. First, list each card with balance, APR, due date, and credit limit. Next, verify that you have a small emergency fund to cover basic, unexpected expenses. Then, direct extra payments to the highest APR while making minimum payments on all other accounts. Meanwhile, reduce expenses and temporarily increase income, such as side work or selling unused items, to speed up payoff. Additionally, automate payments to prevent late fees and protect your credit score. Afterwards, choose whether to keep accounts open for score optimization or close them to remove temptation. Finally, establish strict rules. Always pay in full, avoid carrying balances, and monitor spending consistently. Behavior plays a decisive role. You can freeze your card physically or in your issuer's app to add friction. Remove saved cards from digital wallets and online accounts to prevent impulsive purchases. Set real-time alerts and schedule weekly check-ins to keep spending aligned with your goals. Consider using separate checking accounts for bills and daily spending so you do not raid money earmarked for obligations. When you hit milestones, reward yourself in ways that do not trigger spending patterns. Second quiz. If overspending is a recurring issue, which option is typically better after paying off your cards? Option A. Keep all cards open for maximum score. Option B. Close or freeze cards to prevent relapse. Option C. Apply for more cards to increase total limits. Option D. Ignore habits and focus only on the score. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is B. If overspending is a known problem, closing or freezing the cards reduces the risk of relapsing into high-interest debt. Any small score impact is usually outweighed by the benefit of staying debt-free. Balance is key. Maintain a modest starter emergency fund so unexpected costs do not immediately push you back into debt. Then, treat high-interest credit card balances like an emergency and prioritize rapid payoff. After you clear the balances, rebuild your emergency fund to 3 to 6 months of expenses and automate contributions. Keep the reserve in a competitive high-yield savings account and continue to enforce strict spending rules to prevent new revolving balances. Here are practical rules of thumb. Keep utilization under 10%, ideally 0, to support your score. Use autopay for at least the statement balance to avoid interest and late fees. Target the highest APR first to save the most money quickly if overspending is an issue. Close or freeze accounts to protect behavior and cash flow. Maintain a starter emergency fund initially, then rebuild to 3 to 6 months after payoff. Let's walk through a quick example. Suppose you have a $5,000 balance at 28% APR. If you carry that for a year while mostly paying interest, you might pay around $1,400 in interest. Eliminating it now is like achieving a roughly 28% risk-free return on that $5,000. Small changes compound. Reducing spending by about $10 a day yields around $300 monthly that can accelerate payoff. Selling unused items and directing any extra income to the highest APR first further speeds progress. These are the main takeaways. Paying off high-interest debt is a risk-free win that improves cash flow. Lower utilization can quickly lift your credit score. Keep accounts open for score benefits if you are disciplined, or close or freeze them if temptation is a concern. Maintain a starter emergency fund and rebuild it after payoff. Finally, automate payments, track progress, and follow strict rules to remain debt-free. In summary, treat high-interest credit card debt as an emergency and act quickly. The payoff reduces utilization, which often improves your credit score immediately. Choose whether to keep or close accounts based on behavioral fit rather than chasing a marginal score edge. Then, rebuild your emergency fund and automate positive habits, using your improved cash flow to strengthen long-term stability. Thank you for watching. If this was useful, please like the video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more content. What is your next step? Share your plan in the comments below.